Hello, good morning. I'm discussing about questionnaire. A questionnaire is a resource tool consisting of a set of questions or the other prompts to collect the data from a set of respondents. Or a questionnaire is the list of questions circulate to your target audience. Characteristics of good questionnaires. Qualitative questionnaires are used to validate or test a previously generated hypothesis. However, most questionnaires follow some essential characteristics. Uniformity. Questionnaires are very useful to collect the demographic information, personal opinions, facts, or attitudes from respondents. One of the most significant attributes of a research form is uniform design and standardization. Exploratory. It should be exploratory to collect qualitative data. There is no restriction on questions that can be used in your questionnaire. For example, you use data collection questionnaires and send to the email of the household to understand how spending and saving habits relative to the household income. Question sequence, it typically follows structured flow of the questions to increase the number of respondents. The sequence of questions is in screening question, warm-up question, transition question, skip question, challenging question, and classification question. For example, our motivation and buying experiments questionnaire template covers initial demographic questions and it asks from time spent in sections of the store and the rationale behind the purchase. Questionnaire design, how to do it. It is essential to carefully questionnaire to reduce survey error and optimize your data. Start with questions like, what is my research purpose? What data? What data do I need? How are I going to analyze the data? What questions are needed to best suit these variables? Here are new steps for help you getting into mindset. Keep the respondents front and center. The survey is the process of collecting information from people, so it needs to be designed around human beings first and foremost. To begin the designing an effective survey, take a step back and try to understand what goes on in your respondents' heads when they are taking your survey. How to write survey questions. Your questionnaire should only be as long as it needs to be. Every question needs to deliver value. That means your questions must is have an individual purpose and produce the best possible data for the purpose, all while supporting the overall goal of the survey. Questions must also be the phrase, easy for all your respondents to understand and does not produce false results. Get into respondents' height. The process for respondents answering our survey's question looks like. The respondents read the questions and determine the information they need to answer it. They research their memory for the information. They make the judgments about the information. They translate that judgment into one of the answer options for you have provided. Use mutually exclusive responses. The following question is much better. What is your yes? 80 to 30, 81 to 39, 40 to 54, 55 flaws. Ask specific questions. Non-specific questions can confuse the responses and influence the results. The following question is much better. How much do you like the current prices of orange juice? Like very much. Like neither, like nor dislike, dislike, I dislike very much. Type of questionnaire in research. There are various types of questionnaires in survey research, including postal. The questionnaires are paper surveys that participants receive through the mail. Once respondents complete the survey, they mail them back to the organization that sent them in-house. In this type of questionnaire, researchers visit respondents in their homes for workplace and administer the survey in person. Telephone. With the telephone service, researchers call respondents and conduct the questionnaires over the phone. Electronic. Perhaps the most common types of questionnaires, electronic surveys are presented via email or through a different online medium. Structured questionnaire, this type of questionnaire has a fixed format with predetermined questions that the responses must answer. The questions are usually close-ended, which means that the respondents must select a response from a list of options. Unstructured questionnaire. An unstructured questionnaire does not have a fixed format of predetermined questions. Instead, the interviewer or researcher can ask open-ended questions to respondents and let them provide their own answer. Open-ended questionnaires. An open-ended questionnaire allows the respondents to answer the question in their own words without any predetermined response options. The questions usually start with the phrase like how, why, or what, and encourage the respondents to provide more detailed and personalized answer. Close-ended questionnaire. In a close-ended questionnaire, the respondent is given a set of predetermined response options to choose from. This type of questionnaire is easier to analyze and summarize, but may not provide as much insight into the respondents' opinions or attitudes. Mixed questionnaires. A mixed questionnaire is a combination of open-ended and closed-ended questions. This type of questionnaire allows for more flexibility in terms of the questions that can be asked and can provide both quantitative and qualitative data. Pictorial questionnaires. In pictorial questionnaires, instead of using words to ask the questions are presented in the form of pictures, diagrams, or images. This can be particularly useful for responses who have low literacy skills or for situations where the language barriers exist. Pictorial questionnaires can also be useful in cross-cultural research where the respondents may come from different language background. Thanks for watching. That's it now. Bye-bye. See you again.